My family moved to the United States of America when I was about 10, and I didn't leave until I was 27. So that's a key formative years of my life in the United States of America. Most of those initial ones as a child, 10-year-old growing up, teen, getting into the teens and whatnot, was in Bethesda, Maryland, Montgomery County, right in the suburbs of DC. And then I went to college in Wheeling, West Virginia, above Wheeling, West Virginia, in West Liberty, West Virginia, to be specific, and saw a different part of America. So that's the capital city, suburbia, built up in that kind of sense. Later on, I found out it was one of the wealthiest. It's one of the wealthiest counties in the United States of America. Then small town West Virginia, in the hills of West Virginia, and seeing that part where you're meeting people who haven't left their town of 500 until they got to college or something like that. And this seeing those different aspects of America got me thinking too, where would I fit in? Now that my parents were heading out, had left, they were done with their diplomatic mission at the posting at that time. So I'm seeing me with this background that I had, born in France, Kenyan, lived in Kenya and whatnot. Do I fit into what America is? What is America anyway? And at that time, I started realizing like the rest of the world can't even be like America because of the amount of consumption that was being done in America, the way people were living on credit, the way there were certain things where America is a lot of resources to run America the way it was because a lot of things are imported in, not just the goods, but also whether you like it or not. Some people may not like it. Some people may support it. There's a lot of migration of people not having as good a time in another place, deciding let's come to America and be in America. But also there's other aspects where those people come to America and they can do more by virtue of being in America. So what is it about America itself that would convert things like that? So I started wondering, can the rest of the world be like America? And that time I thought no. And then through a bunch of other things happening, end up leaving and have spent some time bouncing back and forth between Kenya and the United States of America. And right now in my older self, as I'm looking now, setting up some businesses here, instead of focusing, how do I get back there? If I do want to get back there, need to set the foundation where I'm at already and then connect those things together as it's part of my life. But one other thing I realized about America since then is part of this project made America 250, the 250th anniversary of what is relatively a young country when it comes to how old countries are in general. Kenya is much younger, like about 60 years old or something like that. I know my parents were born, at least my dad was born, before Kenya was even independent. But you have countries like the United States of America. And I was wondering, okay, so the rest of the world can't be like America. But recently I realized America isn't even like what most Americans think America is like. Too many people are focused on the American dream. Whereas dreams can give you some guidelines, but you can't live an actual dream. You have to wake up eventually. But in my estimation, I think the American reality is still something exceptional. It is still something worth knowing about, worth teaching, worth believing in, worth aspiring to in that kind of sense. And this Made America 250 series is kind of a process of me doing that to kind of sort out how much do I actually want to get back to the United States of America? What is this America to begin with? Because I believe that problems occur not because of what X is, but rather how we define X. And this is going to be my process of trying to define the good and the bad about the American reality. And I hope y'all just come along with me on this.